Hi class, let's take a look at this problem, and it's not quite on the proper form because of the actual exponent. So what I'm going to do is I'll leave the exponents in that form, but I need to actually input the square root, meaning we're still going to have the 3/2, but we're going to just rewrite it. So this is the integral of technically dx over, and we're still going to have the 4x to the second minus the values of 25, but don't forget that this is to the third power. So I'm just breaking the exponent on, well, 1/2 times 3, and that's so that it fits the trig substitution. But before we do that trig substitution, it's not on the proper format because of the 4. So I'm just going to rewrite it as the integral of dx over, and this is still to the third power, so this will be the square root of 4 times x squared minus 25/4. And this actually leads us to the dx over, I'll take out the 4 in a minute, so this is square root of 4 times x squared minus 5/2 to the second. And we still have a to the third power. So let me actually take out that 4. As it comes out of the actual radical, it's going to actually come up as a 2. But don't forget that you have a 2 to the third. So this is equal to the integral. And let me just write it as 2 to the third square root of x squared minus 5/2 to the second over the values of dx. And what we could do here is just extract, this is still to the third power, the 2 to the third, which is going to be 8, and it's going to now be on the outside. So let me rewrite the actual integral. So this is equal to 1/8 integral of dx over the square root of, whoops, this is supposed to be an x to the second. So x to the second minus 5/2 squared. Okay, and we're actually ready for the substitution. So you have the variable minus the constant squared. This is going to be the secant. So we're actually looking at this portion here. So our substitution, so we're just going to let technically x equal to, and we're looking at 5/2. So this one's going to be the 5/2 secant of theta. Okay, and at this point, let me take the derivative. So this will be dx is equal to 5/2. Well, the derivative of secant will be secant tangent. So this will be secant of theta, tangent of theta, d theta. And we just made a mess. So let's not forget about the 5/2. And let me rewrite the problem. So we still have, so this is equivalent to a 1/8 technically integral of, well, instead of dx, we're just going to have the 5/2. So I'm just going to put the 5/2 on the outside. So this is times 5/2, and that would be on the top a secant of theta, a tangent of theta, d theta over the square root of 5/2 secant of theta minus the 5/2 squared. So this is now squared. Okay, so we're looking at 5 over 16 times the integral of secant of theta, tangent of theta, d theta, and at the bottom, I'm just going to extract the 25 halves. So this is going to be the square root, and I'm extracting the from both of these terms so that we can use the identity. 25 fourths, so 25 fourths, and that's actually going to leave us with a secant squared of theta minus 1 for this portion. Okay, so let me just take one step here, and this is equivalent to 5/16 times the integral, and we're technically going to be replacing this portion with tangent squared. So give me a second, I need to get a new piece of paper. I accidentally didn't add the second page. Okay, let me rewrite it. So we still have the actual secant of theta, tangent of theta d theta over, and let me extract that 25 fourths. So you're gonna have 5 halves raised to the third power, square root of technically secant squared of theta minus 1. And let me copy the problem again. I'm also going to pull that constant out. So this is going to be equivalent. So let me just make an arrow here. So in this case, on the outside we have the 5/16. So this is equivalent to 5/16 times, and we're extracting that constant. So you're gonna have 8 over 5. So times 8 over 5. Well, actually, wait, not 5. It'll be 5 to the third. So 8 over 25 times the integral of, on the top we have secant tangent d theta. So you have a secant of theta, tangent of theta, d theta over the square root, and then that would be a secant squared minus 1. So secant squared of theta minus 1, and we'll use the identity that technically tangent squared of theta is equal to secant squared of theta minus 1. And let me double check that identity. Okay, we're good. And so let me actually rewrite it. So we're looking at this is 5 over 8 times 2 times 8 over 5 times 5. So our constants, you can cancel these two. Cancel the 5s, cancel the 8s. Let me see. No, it was a 5 to the third. So this is times 5. So times 5. So that's going to give us 50. So I'll do it on the next step. So this is going to be 1 over 50 integral, and in this case, I'm just going to rewrite it as the secant of theta tangent of theta over the square root of the tangent squared of theta. And all of these have a third power. So this is technically to the third power. This is to the third power. It comes from that 3. And I left it out here, but it's supposed to be there too. Okay, so 1 over 50 at this point, we have the secant of theta, tangent of theta, and at the bottom, we're just going to have a tangent. So tangent of theta, these two cancel to the third power, which is going to actually further simplified as 1 over 50 times the integral of secant over tangent squared of theta. Okay, at this point, let's actually simplify this portion, and I'm just going to simplify it on the side. So we technically have secant. Secant is 1 over the values of cosine of theta, and tangent squared, this is basically sine squared of theta over cosine squared of theta. And let me just rewrite it as 1 over cosine of theta divided by the sine squared of theta. Whoops. Sine squared of theta over the cosine squared of theta, which is equivalent to 1 over cosine of theta times the cosine squared of theta over the sine squared of theta. And going this route, we can technically cancel this cosine with one of those. So let me just rewrite it. And this is equal to a cosine of theta times 1 over sine squared of theta. So what I'm going to do is this is supposed to be a times. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rewrite it as cosines and sines. So in this case, this is a cosine of theta over sine of theta times 1 over sine of theta. Or in this case, this will be cotangent of theta times cosecant of theta. And this is a times. So at this point, let me rewrite it. So we're looking at this one being 1 over 50 times the integral of cotangent of theta and cosecant of theta d theta. Okay, so at this point, if you recognize this one, we're going to have to actually adjust it with a negative. So this would be 150 times cosecant, actually negative cosecant of theta plus the values of c. And I'm going to stop the video because I'm running out of time. I'll record the other portion in a minute.